Okay, to find the critical numbers of this function, we want to know when does the derivative of that function equal 0 or when is it undefined. I put an or equal to here, I see, where you don't have that in yours, but it shouldn't change too much. If I use the Desmos derivative operator, I can get the derivative of f without actually calculating it. This red graph is the graph of the original function. The blue graph is the graph of the derivative. And these points right here are where the first derivative is equal to 0. So you can see that when x is 0, pi over 3, pi, or 5 pi over 3, the first derivative is equal to 0. And those are what we call the critical numbers for the function. If we had to calculate it manually, f prime, we apply the power rule followed by the chain rule, bring the 2 down front, 2 sine of x, then the derivative of the inside is cosine, and the derivative of cosine is minus sine. So we set the first derivative equal to 0. How do we solve for x? Well, start by factoring out a sine of x. The zero product property tells us that if two expressions multiply to give an answer of 0, one of them equals 0 or the other one equals 0. So sine of x equals 0. X is the inverse sine of 0. Where is the sine equal to 0? Well, it's along the x-axis. So when x can equal 0, if I include this or equal to symbol here, and x can equal pi, that's where the sine is 0 because the opposite side has disappeared. Or you can think of this as the point -1, 0. The y coordinate is 0. For 2 cosine of x equals 1, cosine of x equals 1/2. So x is the angle that has a cosine of 1/2. If you picture a little triangle drawn in the first quadrant, cosine is x coordinate adjacent 1 over the hypotenuse 2. That tells us we have a 30-60 right triangle. And this would be radical 3. And so this 60 degree corresponds to pi over 3. And there's another angle between 0 and 2 pi that has a cosine of 1/2, and that's 5 pi over 3. So these answers match what Desmos told us. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.